Yon! Kamusta mga kameta? Good afternoon. Medyo mas maaga tayo ulit today. Marami tayong gagawin, marami tayong habulin. Of course, in the coming days, God willing, makikita nyo na may mga updates tayo from all around the world, on the ground, etc. Now, today, gusto kong pag-usapan, guys, first of all, shortly, yung congratulations sa Gilas, Pilipinas. Nag-trending na naman si Coach Chot kahapon. Not necessarily for the best reason, pag-usapan natin yan, pero kudos naman sa kanya at saka for Gilas Pilipinas for putting up a great show after quite a slow first quarter, no? Of course, andun din yung ating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., BBM in the house. Talagang ibang-iba talaga, guys. BBM in the house. Ganun talaga kung medyo hindi na masyadong tatay yung presidente, medyo nakikisabay, di ba? Sa mga tao. Yan, kasi pag medyo tatay masyado, tinatamad na siguro yan. Ayan, para naman, support naman. Naalala niyo dati rin na the late President Aquino also was there for yung finals match, if I'm not mistaken, ng Philippines, di ba? Dun sa, was it Asian Championship laban sa Iran, di ba? So, yan ang kagandahan na medyo bata-bata yung presidente mo, medyo active, medyo interesado sa mga nangyari sa mundo. So, that's good to see. That's good to see. So, congratulations again, guys! Congratulations! Hindi lang tayo learning experience. Kumbaga, as Coach Chot Reyes used to say na parate, medyo more than learning experience. Medyo nanalo naman tayo dyan sa Gilas, Pilipinas. So medyo tinambakan natin yung kalaban. Iba eh. Ibang next level. 84-46. Ayan tayo. Di sana 84-48 para medyo may symmetry dyan. So medyo slow yung start, no? Kaya galing naman nila Clarkson and all. Talagang yung mga buzzer beater na anlayot. Boom! Puyaka siya! Talagang the best yung mga ginawa nila. Kaya proud na proud tayo dito. Mga proud Filipinos tayo dito. Of course, guys, speaking of the last time we had the president actively cheering for Gilas Pilipinas, that was the time na nag-finals ng Asian Championship ang Pilipinas. We were going for the gold. Kaya parating kong sinasabi, not long ago, the Philippines was once again, after the golden age of 60s, 70s, and 80s, once again, we were going for gold. Yun lang, medyo kapos tayo sa height kalaban dun sa mga Persians na yan. But ngayon, hopefully, we're on the positive trajectory back. Ito talaga, the best talaga yung ginawa ni Clarkson dito. Ito talaga yung buzzer beater ni... Yan talaga eh. Yun, no? Boom! Yun, talagang da-boom. So, after quite a slow start, hindi ko naman kung nandun si BBM nung first quarter, pero talagang we ended it on a big, big note. Yun lang, medyo kahapon naging controversial din yung situation because mukhang whenever si Chot Reyes ay nandun sa screen or tinatawagan siya, mukhang the response of the crowd was quite the opposite of yung response nila dun sa mga players. So kung andun yung mga players, palakpakan, mga Pinoy, let's go, let's go! Let's go! Yung mga ganyan. Yan. Pero pag si Chot Reyes, ayan, tuloy, binabu siya ng mga tao. Ayan talaga. Guys naman, okay, given na medyo mahina yung performance niya, in terms of management, the past few months at medyo humiliating yung mga defeats natin. Pero guys naman, after itong nangyari with Saudi Arabia, I think the Philippines, perhaps, God willing, is in a good trajectory. Para naman, kasi mag-host na tayo ng FIBA Championship, di ba? Ayan, next level na tayo. Ang gaganda ng mga arenas natin, ang gaganda ng yung mga natin, facilities natin to host a global event, no? Like FIBA World Cup. So sana guys, ito na talaga ang Gilas Pilipinas, tuloy-tuloy ang laban, especially laban dun sa mga malalaking teams, no? Whether it's China or Korea or even Japan dito sa side natin, or Middle Eastern countries like mga Qatar, Iran, the Jordan, Lebanon. But of course, wag natin kalimutan guys, andun din ang Australia ngayon sa Asia, no? So ang lakas ng Australia. So usually mga top 3 is Australia, Iran, China, Korea, yung mga ganun, di ba? Pero humahabol na ulit yung Jordan. I think they have a number of players from the, yun na, mga import na naman sila dyan. Kaya ang lakas ng Jordan ngayon. Doon naman sa under 18, no, sa Gilas, I think 6 tayo doon sa recent championship sa Tehran. So let's see how things are gonna move forward. Ayan, best wishes na lang para sa ating bansa at Gilas Pilipinas. So congratulations. I mean, it was a great show after quite a slow start. Medyo edgy yung nangyari sa una. Pero nakahabol naman tayo. At of course, it's good to see our president, our leaders actively supporting the sports. Nandun sila. Andun din mga senators. Senator Angala, among others, who are very sports buff, basketball buff. So it's good to see that. Now, balikan natin isa pang issue na has been a little bit, trending again over the past few days. Ito na naman, yung mukhang Kim Jong-un na troll, ay nagte-trending na naman siya dahil nga may kuda na naman siya kay Leni Robredo. Ayan tayo eh. Ang tagal na natapos etong eleksyon na ito, nananahimik na nga si Leni Robredo, ina-attack pa rin ng mga walang hiyang mga fake news vloggers na yan na nagbibigay ng bad name to vloggers. Hindi naman lahat ng vloggers ay ganito, 'di ba? Marami naman matinong political vloggers, katulad ng kaibigan natin si Mark Camboa. Yun na-shoutout ka na naman siya. Swerte talaga ng birthday boy, birthday week boy. Yan. So, ayan na naman. Ito na naman itong mga troller boys. Ayan. Inatak-atak si Leni Robredo. Ukol dun sa nangyaring meeting with DSWD Chief Erwin Tulfo. Ay nako. At of course, ito yung meeting ni Erwin Tulfo, Secretary Tulfo. Of course, na-interview natin yan a few weeks ago. I hope you narinig Erwin Tulfo with former Vice President Leni Robredo. You can see how respectful Erwin Tulfo is. You can see the dynamics there. At you can see na due credit at respect ang binibigay ay dating pangalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas, duly elected Vice President Leni Robredo. Of course, was also the first runner-up dito sa latest presidential elections dito sa Pilipinas, no? So it looks like may mga tao dyan, may mga bloggers dyan who are really trafficking in politics of hate and politics of disinformation. I mean, it's interesting that eto na nga, nanalo na yung mga kandidato nila, etc. Or yung mga gusto nilang kandidato. Ayan tuloy, inatak-atak pa rin sila Leni and all. Which just tells you guys how some people are making a business, are making a career, if you can even call it career. I mean, it's an insult to the word career, no? With this kind of a toxic, uber-partisan, disparaging of former officials. Tapos yung mga terms na ginagamit ng ibang bloggers dyan, ibang mga epal dyan. Epal talaga yung iba dyan, nakakairita nga eh. Yung mga term na madam, you know, I mean, gets nyo guys. I mean, bastusan na yan eh, bastusan na yan. So, for instance, ito yung pinapost kanina from isa pang, ewan ko kung sino yan or whatever. I'm just saying it because yung mga matitinong tao ay nagsishare niyan. So, that's why I'm paying attention. So, nagkikredit dito sa Kim Jong-un so here is the supposed backstory daw ng meeting ni, quote, Madam, M-A-D-U-M-B. So, obviously, insult yan, malicious yan. Visit to DSWD as relayed by sources from DSWD mismo na super dismayado dito sa incident. Incident daw yon. My goodness, mga ginawang issue talaga, incident na daw yan. Ano yan? Manchurian invasion incident pa yan? I mean, ayan tayo mga... It appears that Madam sashayed into the... Is that the term? Sashayed into the DSWD unannounced and without appointment. Though, I'm just reading this low-life nonsense. Mukhang may dilawan insider from within na nagtimbre kay Madam na andun si Secretary Tulfo. So nagpunta and derecho daw sa office ni Secretary who was caught off guard and cornered daw. And true to form, may bit-bit na photographer si Madam who shamelessly click. I mean, this guys is clearly malicious. Clearly is worse than Marites. I don't know. I mean, ay nako, dapat kasuhan yung mga ganyan dapat style eh. You know what I'm saying? Kaya kanina, I tag Leni Robredo, who's of course a follower among many other people, naman tayo, name drop. Na ito, mga Leni Robredo, mga progressive leaders should more proactively deal with the disinformation business. Ginawang business ng mga walang yang to eh. Ginawa nilang business to eh. They spread hate, they spread disinformation, they're merchants of hate and fake news. And that's how they become relevant or, well, there's their kabuhayan showcase, di ba? So, dapat talaga may response dito. Yung, alam mo yung mga radical love. Hindi ko alam pinagsasabi ng mga radical love na yan. Guys, it's a war. It's a war against disinformation. Clearly, may mali siya. Now, obviously, lahat naman tayo nagkakamali minsan. We say some things na turns out na siguro hindi 100% accurate, but we try to cite our sources, we try to do referencing, we apologize if there are any gaps, we make caveats, etc. Ito mga to, they state these things as facts. They state it as facts, and then they call the former Vice President Madam. Dumb, as in D-U-M-B. I mean, my goodness. So kung sino nag-graduate, naging abogado, nag-graduate sa UP School of Economics, yung pa yung dumb sa kanila. I mean, this guy, this is deplorable. This is pathetic. This has to be dealt with, no? Hindi pwede radical love yan. Dapat something has to be done with this proactively. In the same way, guys, na sinabi ko, dapat supportahan din yung mga netizens at mga good bloggers who are standing for truth, who are standing against disinformation, and they're being harassed with cyber libel and all sorts of trumped-up charges. Sila rin dapat depensahan. So, on one hand, there has to be something done with this. Attorney naman si Leni, so I'm sure she knows how to deal with this legally. And I will tell you, politically, sitting back and just letting this kind of nonsense spread is not helping anyone. Believe me. It's making these trolls think that they have a good business model. At the same time, it's contributing to disinformation and division and partisanship in the country. It's denigrating maliciously the reputation of a lot of people. It's not really helpful, guys. It's not really helpful. So something has to be done about this. Kaya hindi pwede radical love yan. At the same time, guys, lason talaga mga yan. Lason yung mga ginagawa ng ganyan. Alright? I have nothing against any individual. I don't know about backstory of some of these bloggers. I don't even bother. I mean, if I'm gonna pay attention to every low life out there, then wala na akong time to pay attention to important things in life and in the world, right? Pero ang point ko is something has to be done about it. Hindi pwede yung mag-message lang, this is fake news, this is not true. It has to go more than that kasi clearly may mali siya. Clearly this is just more than marites or unintentional mistake. This is deliberate disinformation. Unless these guys have an evidence to show, which obviously they don't, right? So something has to be done about this, guys. At the same time, sabi ko nga, yung mga iba na kawawang vloggers na matino naman ginagawa, tapos hinaharas dito ng mga trolls or yung mga fake news bloggers na isasampan ng cyber libel, etc. Dapat tulungan din sila, guys. Dapat tulungan din yung mga yan. Kasi otherwise, what's gonna happen here is, even though wala na si Leni Robredo sa opisina, at least for now, in terms of official office, tuloy-tuloy yung paglason sa ating demokrasya, sa ating diskurso. Tuloy-tuloy itong intimidation doon sa matitinong tao who are just airing their political conscience and speaking truth to power, right? Lahat inaras eh. Lahat tayo inaras eh. And my point is, sana naman dito may proactive na ginagawa ng office ng former vice president at saka yung mga supporters na, sana yung mga lawyers for Leni, sana yung mga lahat ng mga abogado na yan, lahat ng mga volunteers na yan. Come on guys, come out, do something about this. Come on, ano ba yan? Hindi pwede passive dividend, hindi pwede yung radical love, hindi pwede yung no, this is not true, blah, blah, blah. Hindi pwede Twitter diplomacy lang yan. Kailangan na may gagawin talaga dyan in an organized and mobilized way. And at the same time, kailangan suportahan talaga, guys, yung mga tao na who are fighting for the good cause or fighting for truth, for historical accuracy, for the memory of victims of the worst days of martial law, etc. Yung mga tao na yan, kailangan din ng suporta. I'm sorry to say this, guys, but statements alone won't cut it. I'm sorry. Yung mga radical love alone won't cut it. Something has to be done about this. Now, speaking of disinformation and campaign against disinformation and cooperation, etc., guys, ito kanina actually dumalo, mga taga-ibang bansa, guys, to pay respect to former Vice President Leni Robredo. So ito yung level ni Leni Robredo, guys. She's now an inspiration, guys. She's now an inspiration for other democracies or for other Democrats, guys. Ibang level na yan, di ba? So this is a meeting between Leni Robredo and parliamentarians from Malaysia and Thailand. You can see the level of respect they have. They're proud to be here. Even though wala siyang position na sa office ngayon, look at the meeting that these people have been having, these parliamentarians together with Leni Robredo, etc. na share online. So apparently what was happening was that members of Malaysian and Thai parliaments paid former Vice President Robredo a courtesy visit para pagdiskusyonan yung issue ng ASEAN, ng disinformation problem sa ASEAN and how to fight for democracy and against authoritarian revisionism or denialism, no? Particularly on social media. So ito na nga guys, yung level nila Leni Robredo ngayon ay regional inspiration na sila. They're helping people out, di ba? And others are coming out to be inspired by Leni from across the region, Malaysia, Thailand, etc. But my point is also, since there's a lot of respect and recognition from around the world, around the region, I think something has to be done about this in a mobilized, organized, sustained way. Dapat may, alam mo yun guys, hindi pwedeng pa-soft-soft lang eh. Hindi pwede pa diffident passive lang eh. Something has to be done in protection of people who need the help and who are fighting for the good cause, and also to make sure na hindi ginagawang business, no? Business itong kalokohan na fake news, disinformation at kabastusan guys. Bastusan na yan eh. Bastusan na yan guys. You know, you can criticize someone. I mean, I have criticized former presidents. I have criticized presidential candidates, etc. Pero guys, don't do it in a bastusan way. At saka, yung grabe, you're spreading marites, malicious marites with a clear intent of poisoning public discourse, with a clear intent of creating hatred, of fanning the flames of hatred and prejudice. Tapos na nga elections. Akala ko nga, unity tayo, di ba? Tapos ganun. I mean, guys, tignan niyo naman yung ginagawa ko dito. I'm trying my best to give credit where credit is due. The other day, I was saying, kudos to Sara Duterte for proactive way of approaching yung, at least, I mean, of course, I'm critical on certain levels, but for proactively preparing the ground for the reopening of the classes. Even with pangalan niya, si BBM, di ba? I also gave him credit, for instance, for injecting some balance into discussions, etc. Ayan na yung mga low lives na yan. Hey, yung isa dyan, hindi ko na pangalan, obvious na fake news yan. Umayos kayo dyan, huwag kayong magkalat dito. Alright? Ayan guys, presidente mismo natin nagsabi unity, di ba? Tapos ganyan, spread hatred and all. And it was, I don't know why they even made a big deal out of it. It was a meeting between a respected former vice president, duly elected vice president, and a very active member of the cabinet today on DSWD issues. Sabi ko nga, Leni can cooperate with Sara together to deal with the issues of education, empowerment of citizens. Kung si Sara is helping with the DepEd, si Leni naman, guys, is helping naman dun sa pilot projects, dozen pilot projects on education empowerment across the country from Mindanao to Luzon and Palawan. So, they can work together. In the same vein, guys, DSWD, Erwin Tulfo, Secretary can work also with Leni Robredo, the NGOs, etc. It can be collaborative. Huwag natin bigyan ng masamang kulay lahat ng bagay, guys. May mga sitwasyon naman talaga may nangyaring kalokohan, we pointed out. Pero yung ganyan, guys, grabe naman. Huwag naman ganon. Sir, kalmado lang tayo, sir. Sir, unity tayo, sir. Unity tayo, sir. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yan, talaga. Ayan na, uminit ang ulo na yan. Yan ang sinasabi natin eh. Ano tayo ng grapes. Yan. So yun na, huwag yung radical love na yan ha. Umayos kayo. May gagawin kayo dapat yan. Organize, mobilize, sustain. Yan. Ayan kasi pinabayaan itong disinformation business model na yan, tuloy lumala ng lumala. There has to be something done about it. Alright? Beyond just statements and radical love and denials and rebuttals and humoring them and say, baklase na to bastusan na to And it's not helping the country, guys. Come on, it's not helping the country. Ako nga, I'm trying to be so fair to to all to all cabinet members, etc. If I criticize, I show evidence, I show caveat, I show sources. And then if ever may clarifications, may bagong lumabas, we talk to them, I interview cabinet members, Ma'am Clarita Carlos, National Security Advisors, Erwin Tulfo, na-interview natin yan. We're trying to interview people right and left, from the cabinet, from the government, mayors, etc. Ako, that's my contribution to unity. Hindi yung unity in a empty, vacuous way, but unity in a sense of raising the level of discussion in the country, creating bridges, collaborating, helping the country to move forward in the best way possible. Yun po yung guys yung ginagawa natin, di ba? So, tingnan natin. Ayan, ang dami kasi umepal dyan, nakakainis. Ginawa nilang business itong spreading of Ang ganda ng usapan natin kanina sa Gilas, Pilipinas. Tapos, tapos Chot Reyes, tapos ganun. Tapos ngayon, saan napunta yung usapan natin? Basta guys, gets nyo? Yun yung sinasabi natin eh. Tuloy, radical love na radical love. Tuloy yan, naging radical fake news na yung ginawa ng kabila. Yan. Ang kulit nyo rin talaga, no? Makulit kayo. Saan na yung mga ibang troll dyan? Pagtripan natin yung mga trolls dito. Nasaan na? Saan na? Hanapin natin yung mga trolls. Pagtripan natin. Ayan. Grabe, payroll daw yung iba. Oy, wag kayong ganun ha. Baka ano na dyan. Wag ayaw magsalita. Ayan eh. Grabe naman yan. Basta, okay, just to be clear, I'm not saying any specific person is doing X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying, ayaw natin yung ganitong situation na kung bastusan and all of that. Alright? Wag naman, guys. And if you're gonna make accusations against former Vice President for making epal moves, saan yung ebidensya, diba? And don't present Marites as facts. And in an insulting way, using terms like madam and all of that like that. Ako, hanggang tatay, I mean, I never criticize tatay okay. I criticize, but you see, wag na, makomplikadong usapan to. Wag tayong bastos, guys. At the end of the day, they're all our leaders. Ako, kahit hindi ko binoto ng isang tao, kung presidente ko na siya, I'll try my best to respect that person, right? Yan ang radical patriotism natin. Pero yung radical love sa radical fake news, hindi natin kaya yan. Ayan. Sabi ni Annabel Gamoras, yan, nag-call out ako ng trolls, tuloy naglabasan dito. Oy, wala akong pinangalan ha. Wala akong pinangalanan. Nako, defensive pa naman yung iba. Natatawa ako dyan. Yung minsan nagko-comment, mag-troll-troll ganyan. There's ang daming comments. Bakit? Did I name you? Bakit ka defensive? Bakit affected ka? Ang daming affected eh. Wala naman ako sinasabi At saka by the way guys, when you see troll, you see, there's the noun troll, there's the career troll, but there's also the verb of trolling, di ba? Which means you're maliciously trying to poison a discussion by engaging bastusan, below the belt, ad hominem, ganyan. That's trolling. So anyone can do trolling, all of us. Pero ibang usapan na yung troll as in career troll, noun troll, right? Ibang usapan na yan, guys, alright? O, nasan na yung mga trolls? Bakit kumonte? Ayan. Ayan na, grabe yung mga comments dito, Ay, ako, basta ako, let me pitch in for Secretary Elwin Tulfo. That guy, that gentleman, he's really, he wants to help, guys. He wants to help. And he wants to help in the best way he can and to work with anyone he can in ways that will serve the national interest. At saka para tulungan yung mga tao talaga, yung mga may pangangailangan talaga. So, kawawa naman. Si Secretary Tulfo na nadamay pa nila dito sa mga kalokohan nila, etc. Ay, nako. Ayan. Okay. Ayan na, si Jake Lacson, mga fake account yan. Umayos ka, wag kang bastos dito. Umayos ka. Alright? Ayan. You know what? You can criticize the former vice president based on facts, based on evidence, and based on objective assessments of her performance. Wala tayong issue. In fact, I'm saying they have to be more proactive on XYZ. That's a form of constructive criticism. Yes. Pero yung bastusan nyo, yung ganyan-ganyan, guys, come on. And then tawagin na madam yung tao na nakapag-graduate na actually, hindi lang 1 degree but 2 degrees, including law school, including UP School of Economics. Parang Grabe naman, taas naman ang standards nyo. Ano ulit yung standards nyo? Ano ulit? Ano ulit yung credentials ng ano nyo? Ayan tayo. Hindi yung ano ha, hindi yung vlogging credentials ha. Ayan na. Ay nako. Balikan natin to, magpapasalamat tayo. Anyway, ayan na. Ganda ng pasok natin. Gilas, Pilipinas. Chot Reyes, Philippines, FIBA, World Cup. Yan, tapos biglang, ano, yan, gano'n na. Ayan na, yung kape ko malakas pa rin ha. 2 oras na, dito pa rin sa sistema ko. Mga ganun. Mexican, 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 Mexican. Woo! 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 Yeah! Ayan na, nagkakalat na. Woo! Yun! 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yun. Okay. Kalat na, nagkakalat na. Wala na yung mga followers ko. Uwi na tayo. Gawit tayo. Nalpasan. Awanan. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Yeah. Oy, di nyo pa nakita yung mga kicks ko. Ano lang yan, punch lang yan. Talaga pag, pero yung basketball ko walang kwenta. Yung basketball ko pag ganyan lang, ay, traveling. Wala na. Nung nag-basketball kami ng cousins ko, ito, laro-laro kami. Wow, ganda ng forma ni cousin Ricardo. Yeah, sige na. Tako sa Brent yun sa Baguio. Magbigay ng bola sa akin. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, traveling. Oh my God. sobrang sobrang sablay yung ginawa ko. Siyempre, football ako, di ba? Football guys. So, inuwi na. Medyo sablay yung basketball natin. Pagbigyan ng bola ni cousin sa akin, galing, go, let's go. Ops, lahat ng tingin. Sir, traveling yan. Ano traveling? Naglalakad lang naman ako Kaya nga, traveling. Ayan, tuloy. Wala na. Pero isang beses, guys. Ito talaga, never ko makalimutan yan. Ganda ng bigay sa akin, Ayaw ipasa sa akin ng cousin ko kasi walang tiwala sa akin. Sabi niya, magta-traveling na naman tong gagong. Ay, sorry. Pagbigay sa akin, Sabi ko, hindi ko na alam anong traveling. I-shoot ko na agad. Magbigay sa akin tayo. Boom! Pumasok! Talagang pumasok yung bola, Tapos lahat sila tinginan ganun. Tapos sabi ng cousin ko, di kita pangalanan ng cousin, Paolo, alam mo na yan. Hindi kita papangalanan. Ay, chamba. Ay, chamba lang yan. Grabe nasira yung ko. Nasira yung momentum ko. Pagbigay sa akin, di ako sure. Baka traveling, i-shoot ko nga. Ganun ako. Parang yung NBA 2K, Tapos, uy, pumasok! Yan, Tapos lahat, uy, galing, Tapos, wala, chamba lang yan. Ginanon lang ako talaga. Basta guys, ganito. Hindi ko na pag-usapan yung time na nag-basketball kami. Tapos, wala pala kami pera kasi nagpustahan pala yung mga walang yan. Ayan. Uy, wala tayong pera. Sabi ng isa, bugbugin na natin. Ayan talaga wala talaga Magpasalamat nga ako sa inyo bago magkakalat. 1, 2, 1, 2, yan. Salamat kay Rovelyn Catalogo, kay Geoffrey yan, kape muna. Ay, kaya nga, nagkape ako, kaya ako nagkakalat na naman. Natasha Tamin, thank you so much. Kay Roy Vargas, thank you. Kay Tera Sawai. Kay Sena Makalala, thanks, mates. Iced coffee na lang daw. Wala na, walang tulugan yan. Braf Pit, yun, talagang boxer. Din Zuero, thank you, totoo yan. Dapat they have to be something about this. Yeah, exactly. Say Vilma Alberto, kay Din Zuero. Yan, Anime VJS, Job Alvaro. Yan, kay Ma'am Jocelyn. Good afternoon po, ma'am. From Quezon City. Rose Flores, Glenn Gopia. Yan, si Team Live na siya ulit. Annabelle Gotico, thank you so much sa mga nagbigay ng stars. Bakit kayo ganun? Pag nag-ganun ako, doon na kayo nanonood sa akin. Ayun na talaga ng irrespectful. Ayun yung parang yung dignified na vlogger. Gusto niyo talaga yung mga yung mga wala na. Yan tayo yung mga Zaddy Boxing. Yeah. Malakas yata ng sugar rush yata ako doon, ha? Kaya medyo flex ako ng biceps natin. Alam mo yung mga kunyari pa flex? Kunyari, kunyari ayusin yung ano, pero pinaflex yung biceps. Ayan na. Ayan na yung mga gawain ng mga kabataan. Bro, ako na lang kukuha ng ano mo, tas pinaflex yung triceps niya. Bro, ako na lang kukuha ng... Bro, hindi naman kailangan i-flex mo pa, kukunin mo lang naman. Eh. Ay bro, yung ano mo, yung phone mo tagilid, pakiayos ng gano'n. Tapos talagang ginigilid yung gano'n yung triceps niya. Oh. Yan, mga tawag dyan, simflex. Pa-simflex. Yan, so... Ito na. Ano na? Kahit tayon? Alpasen. Wala yan talaga. Kailangan talaga ng mga tao nagkakalat yung mga vlogger life. Inisip ko kung hindi ako na yung vlogger, ano kayang gagawin ko sa sarili ko? Parang masyado kasi akong respectable, eh. Ayan. Uy! Ito. Wait lang, guys, ah. Yeah. Wait lang, ha. Mga Italiano, kausap ko yung mga taga-Italy. Milano. I'm talking to my Milano friends. Okay. Hindi ko alam if it's the shirt, is it the coffee, is it the grape. Basta, medyo na-hyper tayo ng konti. Alam ko yun ang habol niyo sa akin. Eh. Walang iya. Ayan yung mga seryosa ako eh. Ayan na, nakalabas ko na yung stress ko. Okay na, kalmado na tayo guys. Ayan. Yung mga, bro, guys, kamusta kayo dyan? Tapos sinuflex talaga dito. Kamusta kayo dyan, guys? Bro, hindi naman kailangan mag-greetings ng ganyan eh. Pwede naman ganyan lang, di ba? Hindi, bro, kailangan talaga respect. Yun na, ganyan talaga. Okay. Good luck na kay Chot Reyes. Bahala na si Chot. Para okay na naman tayo sa Gilas. Basta guys, puso, guys. Gilas, Pilipinas, puso. At guys naman, please lang guys. Wag na. Next time na lang, next time. By the way, katulad ng pangako ko sa inyo, parang pangako sa iyo, parang naging ano. Pag-usapan din natin yung issue ng budget. Medyo dumami yung simflex natin today. Bukas na natin ituloy yan. Pag-usapan natin, God willing, yung issue ng budget allocations. Lalo yung mga na-cut na budget sa mga key sectors at yung mga confidential funds at saka some of the other more controversial sa aspects of the proposed budget for next year. So, pag-usapan natin yan. As you can notice, medyo bumaba na yung sugar rush natin. So, okay na, steady na. Pwede na ako bumalik sa buhay ko. Ayan na, basta huwag niyo sabihin sa iba yan na. Oo, na sugar rush na naman si Kuya. Talagang yung pag ganun ako yung ganun eh. Kakanood sa Instagram siguro yan na MMA. Alright. Thank you so much. Ay, ayan na naman tayo. Yung mga... Huwag niyo naman laitin yung biceps ko. Pa-simflex lang ginawa ko, okay? Huwag kayong ganyan. Alright? Ito yun, nasa... Hindi, may mga naalala na ako pero hindi ko nalaglagin yung mga cousins ko. Baka... Mamaya, ano tayo dyan? Bubugin natin yan, ha? Yabang na. Grabe, pagbigay, oh. Whoops! Traveling, oh. Dapat kasi may Chot Reyes kami noon para turuan ako against traveling. Ngayon, nung next time bigay, uy, baka ma-travel yung shoot ko nga. Uy, pumasok, oh. Sabi nung cousin ko, wala yan, tsamba lang yan. Grabe, oh. Talaga yung self-confidence ko nasira doon. Ayan. Okay, guys, para sa good governance, para sa unity, suportahan natin si Chot Reyes, ang Gilas, Pilipinas, at ang Sugar Rush. Okay, once in a while, kailangan ng Sugar Rush sa buhay. Hindi, sa totoo lang, medyo nagpakinga ako ng konti kanina umaga. So, salamat sa Diyos, I was able to rest. I'm watching kasi carefully my sleep and all now. Medyo na tayo dyan, tinitignan natin mga statistics dyan. Team Garmin, boy, yeah, Chot Reyes, Gilas, Pilipinas, puso, yan, mga kapuso, mga kameta, thank you so much. Huwag na kayo magalit sa akin, nangasaran lang tayo ng konti dito. At huwag kayong mag-alala, kalmado na ako, di na ako magwawala. Talaga kanina, uminit talaga ulo ko. Ayan na naman tayo eh. Ayan tayo, sabi ko, ayan na naman tayo. Nang paparelevance naman yung mga trolls na yun. Walang haya. Okay. Sabi ni Ernie Carpio, parang kwenton, kanto. Alam mo, pag kwentong kanto, naka-shirt ka lang, tapos yung pag nag-explain ka, kamot-kamot kang ganyan. Alam mo, bro, hindi ka sure yung sasabihin mo, kamot mo yung biceps mo, triceps mo. Alam mo, bro, may sasabihin ako sa'yo, pero hindi ako sure, ah. Alam mo yung sa mga Korean movie, aish, ganun sila. Alam mo yung mga Korean movie, aish, ganun. Yan ang kwentong, barbero, kanto, okay. Okay, salamat dyan, guys. Ayan, grapes lang tayo, sugar rush. Dito yata ako na sugar rush, eh. Dito ako nag-sugar rush. Dito lang, oh. Mexican. Mariachi. Ayan, mga fego tuloy. Thank you very much, guys, ha. Maraming salamat. Hasta mañana. Tuloy-tuloy natin itong usapan. And please, make sure hindi kayo mag-traveling pag nagbabasketball kayo. I-shoot nyo na kagad yan. Otherwise, bahala na si Robin Hood at si Chot Reyes. Okay? Thank you very much. God bless, mga kameta. Talk to you soon. Adios.